Hey everybody, it's Taylor Campbell here, and I thought I'd go ahead and do a bit of a commentary on my short film. We're going to go through this quick. So first of all, Reaper is playing chess right here, which I did on purpose because in the Grim Reaper's first film appearance back in the 20s, he was playing chess against the guy for his soul, and at the end he won, but revealed he didn't know how to play. And something about that was just hilarious to me. It's like I love the idea that this guy loves this game but is no good at it. And that right there kind of informed a lot of how I felt Floyd should act about everything, really. Now, this whole opening scene, we filmed this twice on two separate days. The first day, something wonky happened with all of the recording and stuff. We had to go back and redo it. So, what should have been a 3-day project ended up turning into a 2-day project. It was pretty nuts. All right. Now, this was the whole crux of the movie. I read a screenwriting article once that said the thing to do is to make a list of everything that scares you and a list of tropes that you would enjoy to play with, right? And I wanted to do a court drama. At the same time, death and getting older is something that just freaks me out, honestly. And so I'm like, if I could put anyone on trial, if the human race could put anyone on trial, it would be Death himself. I would put the Grim Reaper on trial, figure out why he's doing what he's doing. And so that's kind of the crux of the whole thing. That's why this happened here. All right, now the actors here. I want to talk a little bit about Paul Nichols. Paul Nichols, he plays the judge. Now, he showed up to an open audition that the school was hosting when I was casting this, and he actually auditioned to be uh the what are they called? The antagonist, the prosecutor, that's the word. He auditioned to be the prosecutor at first, and he read for that part, and it was just really good, but he kind of had like this, he has this twinkle about him, he's kind of like this jolly person. And it's like, you know what, this is the kind of person that I think would actually very much be he would be good at being the judge. I had a completely different idea in mind when I wrote for the judge, but then Paul showed up and it's like, you got to be the judge. There's no other part that I could give you because you're just that good and that important. Now, everything that's being brought up here in the conversation between myself and the prosecutor, uh, it's a lot of Easter eggs. I put a lot of Easter eggs in here about Grim Reaper lore as well as conversation. People like that part with the tongue. Uh, Lots of little Easter eggs. I mentioned here that he's been doing the job for a gajillion years, and that's a big part of it. There's been a personification of death since about the beginning of human history, but he was first portrayed as a skeleton with a scythe somewhere in the 13th century. We don't know exactly when, but we do have the wood carving that did that. And so I made sure that that date was dropped somewhere. And uh, you have Lazarus in the Bible who died and then came back. And I'm like, you know what? The Grim Reaper must have had an interesting conversation with that guy. So let's make sure we bring that up. Now, this part right here, I'm really proud of how that worked out. I like I did a pretty good job. I'm honestly kind of impressed with how I portrayed this character. The initial plan wasn't that I was going to do it. I've been working on the script for like a year prior to making this short, and uh, the actor I got to play Floyd unfortunately had some kind of medical incident like the day before we were going to shoot, and it was it was kind of nuts. So I go to my assistant director, Kaylin, who is amazing. She's an incredible filmmaker. Went up to her and I'm like, look, we don't have enough time to cast someone else. I know the script, and so I'm just going to have to do it. If you can please help me make sure that all works out. And she made it work, you know? She made it work so that I could do that. And I'm actually really happy I got to be Floyd because, I mean, I put a lot of myself into Floyd. I put a lot of my own feelings and insecurities in there. I didn't really write him like me. I tried to write him actually. This is a little bit fun fact about my writing process. I tried to write all of the characters as if I already cast them with like really big actors or characters, and then I let the actual actors just kind of take it and run with it. But yeah, I kind of wrote him actually to be like Flick from Bug's Life. But I did put a lot of my own thoughts and insecurities into him, and that was important to me. So I'm actually really glad I got to portray him. It was kind of cathartic. Ah. So here we are at the cemetery. Now, it was incredibly windy this day. It was hard to get anything done. It was like we had to move quick and we were losing light and outdoor shoots, like people don't give outdoor shoots enough credit. They take a lot of work because you really don't have enough time to do everything. Now this was a big deal. This scene right here, that shot with the gravestone. It was really, really important that we made that happen. Uh, when we first made this, there was a bit of a deadline, and putting in the gravestone would have taken probably a little bit longer than we had. And a decision really had to be made about what to do with it. So, in the version that was shown at the senior capstone, that shot with the gravestone wasn't there. But the result was I hated that we cut it. I lost sleep over that cutting that shot. And a lot of people didn't quite get the gimmick here that this girl is the daughter of the girl who was hit by the Jeep in the future. And it was important to me to get that because like this is the emotional crux of the movie, right? Like this is where Floyd starts to learn his lesson and where he needs to work on like applying it to what he does. Not too soon, I hope. Ah, that was a good joke. That was probably my favorite joke here. And what should freak her out is that Floyd knows her name. There were just like tiny little things here that I'm just really proud of. And the music, oh, mm, the music is written by a great friend of mine who he's a great music producer. And I'm like, look, I want something jazzy. I want something that feels like it came from a 90s sitcom almost. Not a sitcom, but like a 90s drama. And I really like how the piano riff turned into just like the score here. I think it was really well done. Now this is cool. I'm really proud of how this resolution came about, where it's like, oh, let's have the Chris become her daughter's guardian angel. And we also have this slight costume change. Now, costume changes are important to me. I did a lot of art directing at this time for other people's movies, and costume changes are really cool. Costume changes are really cool because they portray a lot of character change, a lot of character development very quickly, very visually. And so I'm like, it was important to me that at this point in the movie, Floyd looks different. Oh man, Crystal does such a good job here. So He's actually he was actually part of the crew. We just needed someone to drive the Jeep. And he just freaks out. We had to redo his audio because he kept swearing, and it was so funny. Oh, he just drives away. He drives over her corpse a second time. Oh, that part gets me. That is so, so funny. Oh, geez. And the skateboarders in the back who don't care. Like, this was funny. I had a lot of fun with this part. And the music was cool, and the way that the lighting worked out where we were shooting it up into the clouds, that it made it feel so otherworldly, and I love that. Ethan Gallagher was our cinematographer, and the guy he's so good. Oh, like he was kind of the sleeper hit here at the school. Like he had a real passion for cinematography, and he just really went all out on this particular short. All of this was shot on a dead end street, which was good, so we didn't really have to worry about traffic coming up and down so much, but there was a lot of park noise. It was a weekend, it was at the park, so there were a lot of people. It was a relatively mild part of the year. Now, this part was important because, like, she needed to be manic here, and Crystal really made that work. And this part here, I decided Floyd was invincible and he didn't really feel pain, so that's what we're doing here. And some of my facial expressions, I am proud of my performance in this. I never really expected that I would end up doing a lot of acting, but I am proud of my performance here. Really, the acting here is just solid. And a big part of the credit here goes to Kaylin. Because, I was directing. Yeah, I directed the other actors. And when the cameras were off, I'm talking to them and I'm making adjustments for performances. But Kaylin, you know, she did a really good job of helping me switch hats here, getting me out of director mode and into actor mode. We had another member of the crew just be her corpse in the back, and that was so funny. Oh, I loved it. No, and then it's just like, I love this idea that the people who pass on get to be the guardian angels for those they love, and that just worked out so well. It's cute. What's really cute here is what Paul does. This was all him. It's like we're ending the movie with you walking away pleased with the things that happened. And this the little skip here, that is just it's adorable. I love it. He was just absolutely perfect for it. And he took this short from 0 to 100. I'm really, really happy that he agreed to be a part of it. Crash Films, because Comic Crash is my thing. And here's all of our people. The producers were really helpful. This Louis Kunzler, he was so funny as the stunt driver. I loved him. And oh man, I'm just forever thankful that all of these wonderful people were so willing to help me work this project and to make it a success. And it's a lot of people who came together to work on this, and it's cool. It's really, really, really cool. So that's the short. I hope you really enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed some of the behind the scenes here with it, and you know what? Have a great day.